Hello dear learners, I am Amit Pelikar from Tips and Tricks by AMB welcomes you to my channel. Before moving further, if you still didn't subscribe to my channel, please click on subscribe button and click on bell icon to get notifications of all my new videos. Today in this presentation, we are going to discuss about drug interactions. After going through this video, the learner will be able to define drug interactions, describe beneficial drug interactions, describe adverse drug interactions, classify drug interactions, and describe the types of drug interactions with examples. The question is, why drug interactions occur? I am asking another question. When accidents happen on road, imagine only one vehicle is running on the road. It will not collide to another vehicle as no other vehicle is present on the road, isn't it? Accident of vehicle takes place when other vehicles are also present on the road, isn't it? Similarly, drug interactions occur when more than one drugs are present in the body. In clinical practice, many times two or more drugs are prescribed simultaneously as a part of therapy. As more than one drugs are administered simultaneously or concurrently, there are chances of drug-drug interactions. One drug may increase or decrease efficiency or effect of another concurrently administered drug. Thus, drug interactions takes place. But how drug interactions are defined? Drug interactions are defined as modification of effects of a drug by concurrent or simultaneous or prior administration of another drug which may be beneficial or harmful is called as drug interactions. Drug interactions may vary from person to person or species to species and may be of major clinical significance or of no clinical significance. So what is major clinical significance? Major clinical significance means there are chances of worsening of the condition of the patient due to drug interactions and the person is to be hospitalized for the treatment. Thus, drug interactions may be beneficial drug interactions or adverse drug interactions. We will discuss these interactions one by one. First, we are going to discuss about beneficial drug interactions. As name indicate, these interactions leads to some beneficial changes in the patient or recipient, which are valuable in the treatment of a disease. Thus, these drug interactions are desired interactions. Desired means we deliberately bring about these interactions. Now we will discuss about which type of benefit we get from such interactions. First benefit is we achieve important therapeutic benefit or therapeutic improvement from such interactions. For example, trimethoprim and sulfamethoxazole combined to get bactericidal effect. Both these drugs, if administered individually, act as bacteriostatic, that is, they prevent the growth of bacteria. But if these are used in combination or simultaneously, they act as bactericidal, that is, they kills the bacteria. So improvement from prevention of growth to the killing the bacteria takes place here. Administration of antidotes in treatment of poisoning. In poisoning cases, poison is administered in toxic doses to prevent toxic effects or to reverse toxic effects of poison, specific antidotes are administered. So reversing the toxic effect is the therapeutic benefit we get here. Understood? Another benefit we get from drug interaction is drug interactions provide greater margin of safety. As due to these drug interactions, there is improvement in therapeutic efficiency of the drug, we can reduce the dose of individual drug. And as dose of individual drug is reduced, chances of adverse effects of individual drug can also be reduced. Thus, drugs become safe after combination. Next benefit is drug interactions provide more appropriate onset and duration of action. Drug A is having quick onset of action and short duration of action, and another drug B is having slow onset of action but long duration of action. Both drug produces same action on the same system. We can combine these two drugs to achieve quick onset of action and longer duration of action. Example of this type is adrenaline is used with lignocaine injection, increases duration of action of lignocaine. Another benefit we get from drug interactions is increase in potency of the drugs. If two drugs acting on same system producing same effect are combined, dose of individual drug can be decreased, but we can get improved combined effect of the drug. Thus, at lower dose, more improved effect can be achieved. This is nothing but improvement in the potency. Understood? Now we will discuss adverse drug interactions. Now, as name indicates, these interactions may lead to harmful effects in the recipient or patient. Thus, these interactions are not desired or these are undesirable interactions. These may be of clinical significance or of no clinical significance. Clinical significance means the person should be admitted in the hospital for the treatment of these interactions. Okay, now we are going to discuss about types of drug interaction. Depending upon level or site at which drug interactions takes place, these are classified into two classes as pharmacokinetic drug interactions and pharmacodynamic drug interactions. So we will discuss these interactions one by one. First type is pharmacokinetic drug interactions. As the name indicates, these are the interactions of drugs occurring at any of the pharmacokinetic sites, viz. At absorption site or distribution site or metabolism site or excretion site. So we will discuss these interactions taking place at these different sites. So first we are discussing about drug interactions which are taking place at the absorption site. Absorption of tetracycline reduces in presence of inorganic antacids. Tetracycline forms insoluble and unabsorbable complex or chelates with metal ions present in inorganic antacids. This complex will not absorb and we will not get effect of tetracycline. Another example is of cathatics. Cathatics retards absorption of many drugs. So how they retards the absorption of many drugs? So cathatics increases peristalsis movement of gastrointestinal tract. Thus drug remains in the gastrointestinal tract for very short duration. As a result, absorption of other drugs is reduced. Absorption of iron increases in presence of vitamin C is another example. So vitamin C assists the channel for absorption of iron and improves absorption of the iron. So all these interactions which takes place at the absorption sites. Now next we are going to discuss about drug interactions which are taking place at the distribution site. First interaction is phenylbutazone replaces tolbutamide from protein binding and enhances hypoglycemic effect of tolbutamide. Both these drugs are distributed by binding with same binding site on plasma albumin. Tolbutamide is an oral anti-diabetic drug which is taken on regular basis or which is administered on the regular basis. Phenylbutazone is an analgesic anti-inflammatory drug. If phenylbutazone is given to patient who is on tolbutamide therapy, as phenylbutazone is having greater affinity to bind with plasma albumin, it displaces tolbutamide from binding site, and because of that concentration of free tolbutamide in blood is going to increase, which leads to hypoglycemia. So this is the interaction which is taking place at the distribution site. Now we are going to discuss about drug interactions which takes place at the metabolism site. Metronidazole inhibits metabolism of warfarin, results in hemorrhage. So what type of interaction occurs here? Warfarin and metronidazole both are metabolized by same enzymes. But when both the drugs are administered simultaneously, metronidazole have high affinity to bind with the enzyme and prevents metabolism of warfarin. So warfarin accumulates in the body and it produces its toxicity, that is hemorrhage. Another example is barbiturates. Barbiturates stimulates enzyme system of liver and increases metabolism of other drugs like alcohol, coumarin anticoagulants and phenytoin, etc. Thus we cannot get desired amplitude of effects of these drugs. Okay, so that is about the drug interactions which are taking place at the metabolism site. Now we are going to discuss about drug interactions which can take place at the excretion site. If probenicide is administered simultaneously with penicillin or salicylates or indomethacin, probenicide competes at the tubular transport system with these drugs like penicillin, salicylates and indomethacin and decreases their elimination. Hence these drugs accumulates in the body, producing their toxicity. Already we had discussed in one of the previous video, that is excretion of drugs, that pH of urine affects the elimination of most of the drugs. Antacids like sodium bicarbonate makes urine alkaline and increases excretion of acidic drugs like salicylates, barbiturates, etc. Thus alkalization of urine is effective in treatment of poisoning of acidic drugs. So this is the beneficial reaction we get. Similarly, ammonium chloride makes urine acidic and increases excretion of alkaline drugs like amphetamine. Thus acidification of urine is effective in treatment of poisoning of basic drugs. Understood? So it is again one of the important beneficial drug interaction. Now we are going to discuss about second type, that is pharmacodynamic drug interactions. So what are pharmacodynamic drug interactions? These interactions takes place at the level of mechanism of action of drug or at the pharmacological effects of the drugs. We will discuss some examples. First, general anesthetics like chloroform makes myocardium sensitive to catecholamine and may leads to cardiac arrhythmia. So as myocardium becomes sensitive to catecholamines increases heart rate at very low concentration also, and thus it leads to arrhythmia. Understood? This interaction takes place at mechanism of action level. Another example we are discussing, that is administration of calcium induces digitalis toxicity. Digitalis increases force of contraction of heart by increasing concentration of calcium ions in the cardiac muscles. Thus, if calcium is administered along with digitalis, it increases the effect of digitalis. Thus, it leads to toxicity of digitalis. This interaction also takes place at the level of mechanism of action. Another example is of alcohol and amphetamine. Alcohol and amphetamine has opposite actions on the CNS. Alcohol is CNS depressant while amphetamine is CNS stimulant. So they oppose the effect of one another at the pharmacological action level. Understood? So these are the pharmacodynamic drug interactions. Now it is time to summarize this presentation. In this presentation we discussed about drug interaction. We discussed that modification of the effect of a drug by concurrent or simultaneous or prior administration of another drug is called as drug interaction. Then we discussed various benefits we get from drug interactions, that is beneficial drug interactions. Improvement in therapeutic activity, potency and margin of safety, and appropriate onset and duration of action are the benefits we get from the beneficial drug interactions. Then we discussed about adverse drug interactions, which are undesired drug interactions. Finally, we had discussed about types of drug interactions as pharmacokinetic drug interactions and pharmacodynamic drug interactions. Pharmacokinetic drug interaction takes place at the absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion level of the drug, while pharmacodynamic drug interactions takes place at the mechanism of action and pharmacological action level. Thank you for listening me patiently. If you like this presentation, please click on the subscribe button and bell icon to get notifications of all my further videos. Like it and share it to your dear ones. If you have any queries, write me on my mail address which is given in the video. Thank you once again.